All right, folks, while you're chewing and swallowing and digesting, I'm going to go ahead and open up with a few announcements, tell you guys a little bit about what's going on. Besides saying thank you again for everybody that's here, I really appreciate it. So I'm going to break out with the biggest breaking news. There's only a few people here has known. As most of you already know, we had some problems with the county. We had to shut down. We have been able to secure a new deal, changing our contract completely with being out there at the property. So unfortunately, for those of you that remember where we are, just forget it, all right? For all of you that have taken Waze or one of the other mapping programs to try and find us and end up down at the horse farm, much better. It ain't gonna happen anymore. Why? Because we're moving about 2 miles away down the road on 20. Everybody drives up 20, you see this little place called Warplay Paintball. All right, wave your hand, Tor. You're gonna get to meet Tor in a little bit. We're moving there, all right? We're gonna be moving to an area almost the exact same size as what we have now. We have trails already cut in. Tor was so nice, he already put down some AstroTurf on the trail so you people can walk softly and not have to have your little toes all sore at the end of the day as much.
Love you, Tor.
Love you, Tor. That's the best of the announcements right now. The other announcement, for those of you that have, don't follow social media or you have problems reading things and don't want to call me on the phone or whatever, our first official game back is we're going to be following our Crusader series, and it's Marching Through the Woods, I think I said, with everything on fire. We are going to be having our first game March 18th at the new location, all right? It will be a full-blown Crusader series milsim. So plan to be there early. We're going to be there a little late. We're going to throw down very hard. We'll probably scare Tor with the amount of grenades we're going to set off out there. Please do not pick on the paintballers out there, all right? Please do not. Because they're very good, very sensitive. But one of the nice things that we're going to be setting up is if the paintballers out there, they want to come try out Airsoft, we're going to work it out. If you guys want to go try a little bit of paintball just to give it a whirl, woohoo! Hey, I'm all for it, okay? Tor's going to work it out, and we're going to work this where you can guys go play a game, they can come play a game, whatever you got to do. So that's kind of the cool things. So what am I needing for you? The other part of my special announcements is this. Starting next weekend, we're officially moving, okay? I need your help. I need you to have some, all sorts of tools, hammers, saws, drills with bits, all right? We're going to be taking the entire field apart. And this is the way, basically, if it has a structured wall, we're going to take it down and save it. If it looks like it's ready for the junk heap or it belongs to someone's backyard, we're going to set it off the side, burn and bury everything. All right? Now, it's going to be 2 days of this nonsense because I'm also going to have another team working at the new site because you have something very special coming your way. Who here likes to do speedball? Any speedballers other than my couple in here? All right, I got a few. All right, I got a few. All right, but we have it's approximately 1 acre size for a speedball court. We're going to be setting that up. We're going to start a whole Friday Night Lights series. We're going to light it up and put you out there in small unit team sizes to go CQB against one another. So, not necessarily speedball. There'll be some of that going on. And I actually got to learn how a lot of that works. But we'll have some speedball out there. We'll have some tournament-style CQB fighting. We will also be using those bases during our milsims so that you have more of a area to go see this place. Now, with that, it's going to mean a lot of special things from you guys. I mean, Scott over here, he's going to be helping us with a lot of heavy equipment, some trailers, but I need people to help drive things. If you are certified with driving, machinery, let me know, all right? Not anybody can drive these, but trailers, just strong backs, things like that, definitely can use. So with that, that's the whole part of it. Whole next weekend is moving. The following week, we're going to be off, so there will be some building going on. We'll be doing announcements for that, just for cleanup and a few other little things. But come the 18th, bright and early in the morning, just like Ray likes to do at 8 o'clock, we're going to be opening early morning registration. All are welcome, and I want to get this out to everywhere. So anybody and everybody you can tell about it, We are back. 100%. The county has blessed off on everything we're trying to do. And I just, again, everybody that helped participate in the raffle, even if you didn't, because I know a lot of you helped to share this stuff everywhere, it has really helped with a lot of things. Not only did, looking into the permitting process, which, we just kind of gave them the thumbs down. We're going to do something else now. But it's helped us to get everything ready from when we move over to Warplay and show Tour what we're doing, because we want to keep it high quality. We want to keep the games intense just like you want them, and that's how it's going to go. So the first person I want to introduce you to is the man that's helping us get this all going. His name is Tor Strom. He and I were in the Marine Corps together, even though I never knew him. It's weird, we're right down the street. But that's okay, it happens. But come on up, Tor. Tor is the owner of Warplay. I'm going to let him tell you all about the new field.
Look at this. You bet me $5 I get booed. Whoa. There you go. I still owe you money. Okay, first of all, Warplay Paintball is extremely excited to finally get Airsoft out here. In fact, my head ref and a couple other refs came to work today with brand new Airsoft guns. Okay, so John showed me he's got a full battle kit. Okay. Because, paintball, we wear, flashy colors and, we don't like pain. But anyway, so our field up here, we're very excited because I spent the last 4 years building a top field. We got some structures. We don't really have pictures up there, but I think several of you came out to walk the field. Tell them what you saw.
There were so many woods, and more importantly, there was some.
Yeah, we built several buildings. So you guys are already like 80% ready to play. We got pass all the way through. A lot of stuff is cleared. You got a fort compound to fight through that you can build on. And you're completely out of the way of paintball because in our field area, when they come in, you guys are going to be in this top area, the pond up here. We got that field itself is about 13 to 15 acres. I got another 25 acres behind it untouched. You guys have full reign up there. We don't play paintball up there. We tried it. It's just too far for us with the air. Even I put a compressor up there. We still went up there. It's just too far for the players to get up and down. You guys have so much room to grow. And I seriously hope this is a long-term deal. I don't want you guys going anywhere. We're so excited for you guys to come out, and play. Especially on the speedball field, you guys are going to build your CQB. You're going to build. Okay, so on the speedball field, I spent 20 grand on that to build for, a PSP 10 professional speedball when I thought, speedball was going to take off, but it didn't. You guys, that's going to be so much fun when you guys do the CQB on there. It's always dry. You don't have to worry about anything. I got nets around it, and we can raise more nets if we have to. But you guys are going to have a blast on that, and I'm excited that it's going to get used, And when you guys aren't there, I'm using it. So whatever you build, one reason I'm really excited is because you guys are only there, 3 days a month? Something like that? Except for big games, which you're welcome to do whenever. We'll coordinate it. But when you're not there, I'm going to be using all your stuff for jelly ball and stuff. So I'm excited.
The program you're developing.
Okay. So I have a couple different companies I do, but we just launched an app company, okay, where we have the ability to place geo gates, imaginary gates on maps, assign radius, and assign sounds. And we do it for haunted trails and zoos, and we're doing that now. But the reason we started this company is because I do laser tag as well. The laser tag shoots 1,000 feet. And what I do is they're built out of airsoft weapons because they look so cool. We add our own recoil and all that. We build them ourselves. But anyway, the app we developed that you guys will be testing, hopefully by summer, is if you play any kind of Call of Duty and you look in the top left corner where you have your box, where you have all the players on your team, you're going to have either your phone or a burner phone in a padded pouch that comes down and just kind of hangs. You will have a Google image of the entire playing area with everybody on your team. You'll also have comms. If you do throat mics, whatever, you'll also have comms with everybody on your team. You'll be able to call for fire. Everything is 3-directional, right? Which means if you call an artillery strike and it's over to the right, you're going to hear it over to the right. If you're under it, you're going to hear it under you. You can also drop imaginary landmines. And if someone goes into that area and steps where you stepped, where you dropped the mine, everything goes off. So all of the first-person shooter video game, we're adding the simulation for that, which you guys will be the guinea pigs for, and for free. You guys will be doing that, okay? You can also, we have it for footage. You could also fly a drone, and you can say, I need to recon grid, Bravo 3, and it'll, fly over there, and you'll be able to see the footage. You can also earn real-time radar, because anything you can do in like the video games, where all of a sudden for 30 seconds, all the enemy's positions will light up. We could do capture the squares, where the entire field is in squares, and if you get enough people in there, it turns your color live. So you'll be able to see it as you play. And if you capture people and you surround them by different squares, we could start taking health and some of their ammo. I mean, they start getting surrounded and losing it. You guys are really going to like it. So I'm excited to have all you guinea pigs here, okay? So you guys are going to enjoy it, okay? I appreciate everything, and welcome.
So one thing to do, tell you a little bit, I tell you about the build days. This is what we're looking at. Phase 1, this is us moving in next weekend, all right? Phase 2, which is the green, this is the CQB or the speedball court, the CQB area around it. There's another area directly behind where your check-in is. These areas, they're groomed for us to move in. We just got to clean them up a little bit. And a lot of stuff from the old field is going to be setting up in there and right across the creek in there, okay? This can become our first warm-up areas. Beginner players will come down here for parties. That way they stay out of the way of everybody else until you're ready to get back up in the main field. Go up to phase 3. Phase 3 up there, where you see the number 36, that's the grid number up here, or the lot number or whatever. That's actually where the Wilderness Fort is. And as Tor told you, this place is huge. I mean, it's got a ton of buildings. I wish I had thrown some pictures in here and I forgot about it. But you're going to start seeing a lot of them online. We're going to start getting everybody excited about it. But one of the things that we are going to do in the fashion that Tor now has started up there is a lot of you guys keep coming and you want to do a lot of stuff that's, I forget the word, I've lost it now. We build it basically all natural building, okay? We're going to build it all out of the logs, just like he's done. So everything will have a purpose. Everything will have a set way we're doing it. In the past, and I'm still going to do a lot of this, where you guys come out and you want to build on this certain area, there you go build, okay? You guys are still going to get your opinions on how things are going to be, where you want things, but depending on where you are in the lay of everything, that's what we're going to have there, okay? So the last thing, phase 4, that's around the creek. This is where I'm going to be begging Scott to come in there and help clear around it, because one of the things Tor and I joked around, because our background, I can't wait to do it. Now, if you can get me an Amtrak in there, that'd be awesome. But we want to do a simulated beach landing up here with a full-on attack into everybody. That's my biggest goal for next year, is to have this whole area ready, to just so that you can just come in there. We'll have it all simulated, get everybody in there, and literally you're going to drop down the doors and it'll be under fire to some point, but getting everybody off the beach into where you got to go. This will all be part of our MilSim series. The last thing is phase 5. These are the outer areas. This is a lot of the stuff we're going to have to go in there fresh and cut it all out, move it down. The logs are going to be processed for other buildings, things like that. But this is the plan. This is what I have envisioned to get done before December. The next person I'd like for you to talk to, or have them talk to you a little bit. He doesn't say a whole lot unless he has something really he wants to say, which is very slight, when he's chewing me out for not doing things the right way. But is Jeff. Come on up, Jeff. Come here. For those of you that don't know,
What do you want with me?
I know.
Hey.
For those of you that I know, love you too. For those of you who don't know, Jeff was one of the instrumental people that helped me get CZ built the way it needed to go, and directed me with how to actually think about airsoft, other than, it's not always a MilSim. You got to have a little bit of fun out here. Not everybody has to die at the end of the day. But he helped me with instrumentally trying to get the Stafford location up and running. And then when we got ready to move, well, we're a little further away than he wanted to go. I don't blame you. And he started off his own little field called TAC 301. So with that, I'd like for you to tell us a little bit about TAC 301 and what you're doing out there.
What am I supposed to say about TAC 301, huh?
Hey, thanks, y'all. Microphone. Was not expecting the microphone. Yeah, Tech 3-1's a small field. We're in Bowling Green. With there we have even more strict zoning regs and whatnot. So I can only even have 50 people out there at any given time, and that's if I can even fit their cars. The way we operate, we aren't a for-profit field. We usually we try basically just it's donation based. We try to say, hey, $10, come in and play as much as you want, but it's just whatever. We don't give anybody a shakedown. We don't expect anything. But what we do is we usually will find some sort of charity to work for a couple weeks at a time. Try to raise them a couple $100 or whatever, and go from there. So this field is rather small. It's a CQB masterpiece, though. I really get out there with the magnifying glass and everything, and just try to line all them fire angles and constantly change things around. A couple of y'all kind of like it, but it's not about my field right now, Jim. That's not what I was coming out here to speak for. So that said, we're only usually running about twice a month, same as Jim. And so I'm going to try to coordinate with him that we're on the off weeks for. So anybody that wants to try out both fields should be able to do so. That's really all I got to say, man. Hey, buddy.
All right. So, but yeah, Jeff has a really good show going out at his place. If you do like CQB and you want to get it really close in, he's got a good thing going on. My last of my special guests. Come on here, Ray. It's your turn. But anyway, I'm going to let him talk to you a little bit about his stuff and what's going on.
Oh, my turn.
Your turn.
I guess this is my mic, so I should know what to do. Yeah. All right. So yeah. Did anybody go to Red Winter? You're all yellow team. Bunch of dirty yellow guys. I swear. Just stop. Just stop. They weren't there to win. They just looked at you and went, let them do their thing. All right. They're pissing off Red. Okay, Red is a vendetta. It was awesome. Oh yeah, it was bad. It was bad. We had to stop playing just for them to fight you, and you still beat their asses. It's kind of fun. But anyway, no. So if you haven't seen our video earlier, we're actually going to be doing. Obviously, we have to do part 2 now because the vendettas that y'all caused. And Yellow, you get the honor of being the center team next year. Get ready. Yeah, you'll see. Yeah, we'll see. All right, so that's gonna be fun. We haven't got all of it down, but there's gonna be a lot of changes. Our games are always ever evolving. And then, of course, if y'all want to ever try to really take down Redbeard, he's going to be one of our stalkers for the Running Man 3. Yeah, well, this is going to be a fun one. Running Man's going to be a good one. Running Man, if no one's been to one, it's a battle royale event, and we're allowing team doubles this year. So good luck surviving to the last man. That's really fun. Other than that, we're teaming up with CZ. We're doing our Badlands series this year. We're doing 2 fields this year. We're going to be going to Roanoke in April, and then you guys with the new field I'm really excited about for June. So that's going to be awesome. It's a 3-day event, guys, Friday to Sunday. So bring ammo, bring a tent, and let's have some fun, man. It's going to be insane, just like every year. But that's the main stuff we got going on. I had a lot of fun with you guys. You guys made me envious yesterday because I wanted to jump in and sling some BBs, but someone's got to run these things. So anyway, that's all I got, man. That's all I got.
Lastly, there is a very special person with a couple of others, but someone that has been kind of my back wing. I go to them for. I have special little things I need to talk about. I got issues going on, and they talk me off the ledge when I'm ready just to throw in the towel and go up in the tower with several semi-automatic weapons. But Joel, I just want to recognize you and your wife and say thank you very much for being there for me. As you have all met the Colonel running around out there on the field, we got all these new special patches and stuff, and he loves designing this stuff, just little event-based, little onesie twosies, and we like to give them away to different people come up. Usually, like some little kid that does, I think the last one at Battlefront. I mean, that kid tried to slaughter everything and then got himself hammered by a grenade. Poor guy, but he had to walk away with a Darth Vader patch. But other than that, a few people I do want to recognize. Obviously, number one is going to be my wife, Hannah. She keeps me going with everything. So hi, and hey. I've got Lisa here who helps keep Hannah in line, and she smacks me around quite a bit. My buddy Q here, or Quentin, most of us just refer to him as Q. I always refer to everybody that meets him that he's my engineer. So basically, he makes sure I keep it legally safe out there for everybody. Otherwise you'd be building towers that going like this way. But hey, Tarzan, that's great. We don't want to do that. And and our new friend that's our biggest helpmeet on the field is Scott over here. Scott has been the biggest helpmeet, not only starting the permitting process that we're no longer using. Thanks for that. But he's also helping me a lot with some of the heavy equipment and just the logistics of what we're going on. So that's been a big help. Last but not least is Last but not least is Chris. Most of you already know Chris, or if you don't know Chris, say hi, Chris. Chris and I started this nonsense, good grief, almost 17 years ago. And it was my son's birthday party. And on a whim, we were sitting in the office because we used to work together and throw things at one another. And of course, we talk like this. Yes, we do this a lot with one another because it just made sense. You have to see the work environment. But he and I got together and we were like, well, why don't we just throw this idea out there? So, hey, it started off as a small club with 10, 15 guys. I think was our first little just get together as a church group. And I was a youth leader at the local church I was at, and it just kept growing and growing. And then we finally got a little piece of property. It was like 5 acres, and they were like, well, come out here. And we kept growing and growing. We grew out there. So we go over here to Stafford, and had a family that was at our church. They're like, well, let's do this. All the time, even that 25 acres, Chris is behind me, supporting me, giving me good advice, business sense wise. Except at the permit, but that was my fault. But the whole thing just comes down to, with everything that I've done, he's been my business partner with this, with bouncing ideas off, him telling me how to legally do things, yes or no. And, I can tell you, don't let the man fly your drone, he'll kill you. But no, no, just kidding. But overall, our team, I can't thank you guys enough for helping to support us. 17 years strong, just about. Actually, this month technically makes us 17 years. And this is when the idea got started. The last people really to recognize, before we get into other stuff here in a few minutes, is all of you, all right? Granted, this isn't everybody from CZ, all right? But as you all know, CZ is probably, if you look on Facebook, I think we're like at 1,100, 1,200 people, okay? We've had a lot of people come through. Some of them are gone now. Some of them are still here. Some of them have fallen away, all right? But we're still family. And, I hope that you guys develop friendships and camaraderie with a lot of other people that are here in our group. One of the things that I've always tell people when they call me and they're like, well, what can I expect at CZ? And I always tell them that the one rule that I have that applies to everybody, and I don't care what it is, if the new guy comes on the field, he's never done this before, and he walks up to Steve here and goes, hey, wow, that's a cool looking gun. Can I take a look at that? If Steve says no, I will throw him out. All right? Not only because of Steve, but just because of that. But that's the one thing that I have really appreciated from all of us as CZ, is Will's like, yeah, take a look at that, man. I get to taste it, lick it, whatever I got to do with it. We'll take it up and shoot it off a couple times, because new players don't know what they're getting into. And you guys have really helped with a lot of the new players. I mean, Thomas, I remember when you first started, you didn't know squat that was out there. Now look at you. Well, I mean, you drive an MR2 for crying out loud, whatever. But so anyway, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it, and just enjoy. I really, really appreciate you guys being here. Thanks.